So, what are some strategies we can employ to prevent problem behaviors from happening in the first place? Number one is to create a schedule. We hear from caregivers all the time that during the summer, during the winter, during the fall breaks, they have so many increased behaviors from their children. And it's because often in the house setting, there isn't a schedule. Get your kids onto a schedule. There are a lot of websites that give you free downloadable schedules that you can start to implement. And we've included some of those in the description below. So please go and check them out. But getting your kid on a schedule will help them with their executive functioning. They'll understand what they're doing now, what they're doing next, and what they're doing after that. And this also helps us transition them to different activities. So start a schedule, get them on it, create a little flexibility in the schedule, let them choose what they're doing for their activities, and this will help decrease problem behaviors at home. The other thing that you can do is modify your home environment for your children. Matt and I took a long time before we got this one right, but my son is a huge sensory seeker, and he destroyed about 2 couches before we figured out, okay, we need to get this kid stuff that will help him get his wiggles out, get that sensory input that his body needs. So we got trampolines, we got those huge exercise balls, we got those little moon balls, like the thing we had when we were little kids. He has these things all over the house so that he has ways to get that sensory input that he's looking for without destroying the furniture. Another thing you can do is let's discuss how we give instructions to our children. This is huge. When I started this journey, I would always ask my son questions. Jackson, do you want to put on your shoes? And he would say, no. And then I had no retort. I had nowhere to go. I had asked him a question and he answered me, and the answer was no. So what we need to do instead of asking questions, we need to make statements. Jackson, put on your shoes. Now, if you'll notice, that statement is very clear, it's very concise, and it's very calm. The 3 C's: clear, concise, calm. I'm not giving him 50 instructions. I'm giving him 1. Now, the other thing we need to make sure we're doing is that we're close in proximity to our kids when we're giving instructions. We don't want to say, hey, I'm going to force you to make eye contact with me, because kids with autism don't like that. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that they're close enough to us, that we know that they can hear us, and then we want to give them the instruction. The next critical part is to wait. We're not going, Jackson, put on your shoes, 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 Jackson, you really need to put on your shoes, right? We're saying, Jackson, put on your shoes. And we're waiting. How long you wait depends on your kid. My son needs about 15 seconds, but it could be anywhere from 10 seconds to 30 seconds. I have a girlfriend and she actually timed her son, and her son literally needs 30 seconds before he can actually do the thing that she suggested or asked him to do, right? So be clear, be concise, be calm, be close, and then wait. And then if they don't do it, then you ask them again, okay? The 4th thing that I want all parents here to do is to assume competence in their children. Your children can do hard things. Your children can do easy things. We just have to teach them how to do those things. And we need to be patient, and we need to demand that they step up. We have to set our high expectations for our kids. High expectations, higher than you think, because our children can rise to the occasion. They can rise up and meet those expectations. Okay, so assuming competence in your children. So just to review, great ways to reduce the likelihood of behaviors happening in your home, especially when you're home for long periods of time with your kids, are to set a schedule, modify the environment, check yourself and how you're giving instructions to your kid, and 4th, assume competency.